This is Tyler. He was born in Texas.
This is Dash. He was born in Texas.
This is Holden. He was born in Texas.
This is Cosette. She was born in Texas.
This is Celeste and Vinny. She was born in Texas, but he was born in the Netherlands.
We're the Benekers family, and we've moved from Texas to the Netherlands to explore my family's Dutch culture and heritage.
I can trace my Dutch family history back more than 300 years. I was born in the Netherlands, but my parents moved to the U.S. when I was almost 2 years old. I grew up in South Louisiana with Dutch parents, which means we watched American football and drove tiny cars.
When I was a teenager, I used to have to explain to my dad why I had to pay for my dates. Going Dutch, or splitting the bill, isn't just a phrase, it's a cultural difference.
With the flip of a coin, my life could have been very different. I've always wondered what my life would have been like if my parents hadn't moved from the Netherlands. This has been my opportunity to find out. My parents were married in Gouda, the Netherlands. Celeste and I were married on a plantation home outside of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Vinny and I met while walking our dogs. Tyler was 2 years old and Dash was just a puppy. Later, Vinny's friends told me that he had only bought the dog to meet girls, and I just had to smile and admit, well, it worked. We traveled a lot when we were dating, engaged, and newlywed. Our dream was to take our love of traveling to the ultimate level, to live in a foreign country. But before we applied for an international move with Vinny's work, we made sure the dogs could come. They were part of our family. We first applied for the move in 2008, right after we were married, but the U.S. economy tanked and the program was canceled. We applied again when our daughter was 9 months old, and while we waited for an answer, we discovered that we were expecting again. A few months before Holden was born, we found out that we had been accepted into the program. So we packed it all up and headed to the Netherlands. 2 adults, 2 dogs, a toddler, and an infant.
My job is located in Rotterdam. Rotterdam was completely bombed during World War II, so most of the architecture is relatively modern, and a lot of canals were filled in during the 1960s. We prefer to live somewhere with traditional Dutch architecture.
Finding a house in the Netherlands that could accommodate our family of 4 with a small yard for the dogs was not easy. We kept expanding our search further from Rotterdam until we found the perfect home in Leiden.
Leiden is about 45 minutes from Rotterdam, and we live around the corner from the Leiden Central train station. I take the train to my office in Rotterdam. It's kind of a long commute, especially by Dutch standards, but it's worth it.
Bye, have a good day, love you.
Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with
Train systems are very efficient and common throughout Europe, but something unique to the Netherlands is the use of bikes as a primary mode of transportation. Many shops and restaurants in the city center are not even accessible by car. And we're on our way to school.
through the jungle, through the dark. Girl, I never loved one like you. Boats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you. That's true. Laughing till we think we're down, barefoot on the summer night. Never could be sweeter than with you. And in the streets you run a free like it's only you and me.
Come on in, we'll show you around. The house is built Built in 1912, it has 3 floors, 5 bedrooms, a quaint little backyard, and the whole thing leans slightly to the right. But more than that, what we love about the house is that this is where we spent Holden's first birthday, Cosette's second birthday, where Holden has learned to crawl and walk, and where Cosette has learned to dance.
We have lots of fun meshing our American traditions with Dutch celebrations. On Saturday mornings in the fall, you can find us marching around to LSU fight song, and in the spring, we proudly wear orange shirts to support Dutch football.
I love cooking fried chicken and Tex-Mex, but I also enjoy preparing fresh fish in the traditional Dutch pea soup. We celebrated both Sinterklaas and Santa Claus visiting our home in Leiden this past year.
I think my ancestors would be proud of the journey we're on, and how my family and I have embraced many aspects of the Dutch culture.
We would love for you to come to Leiden so we can show you everything we've learned.
But be prepared, we will make you ride a bike.